All right, I'm going to do two questions with y'all today. One of them is an area of a sector question, and the other one is an arc length question. So remember when we're talking about area of a sector, we're really talking about a fractional piece of the circle. All right, so this piece right here that I'm coloring in on the blue, that's your sector. It's like a slice of pizza. All right, so our formula for that was something like this. We want to take the measure of the arc that we have, which is the same as the measure of the central angle, divided by 360, and then multiply that by the area formula for a circle, which is pi r squared. All right, so in this example we've got over here, we've got an angle of 135 degrees. That also means that this arc is 135. Because remember, this is a central angle, the vertex is at the center. So on the top of your fractions, you're going to say 135. And then on the bottom, we're going to write the 360 because it's 135 degrees out of 360. That's the entire circle. Times pi times r. Your radius is here. It looks like it's 9 meters. So we're going to do 9 squared. All right, now if you've got really good calculator skills, you can just type that into the calculator as it looks, and it will give you an answer. So you can do the fraction button, type in your 135 over 360, and then use the pi button, which is to the left and up from 7, times pi times 9 squared. And when I write that out, okay, this is what it gives me. It gives me this answer right here. We'll write it up here. 243 over 8 with a pi up here on the top. Now, this is an exact answer. When we ask for exact answers, we mean give it to us with the pi still on it, all right? So if we put units, that'd be meters squared. But the directions say to round your answers to the nearest tenth. So that means we need to convert this. If you look at the enter key on your calculator, right above it, it's a little arrow button. If you'll press that, it will convert this answer that it just gave us previously to the decimal version, which is 95.4, and that would be a tenth. So there is your answer for that one. This is the approximation. I do like this exact answer, though. That one's good for me, too. Just depends on what you're being asked for. All right, so the area of a sector is a piece of the inside of the circle. An arc length is actually a piece of the circumference of the circle. So it's kind of like saying, you know, you've got a whole pizza. How much of the crust am I getting? How about that? If we talk about it in terms of diameter, or just the entire crust of the pizza, how much of that am I eating? That's really what it is. All right, so just like it was on the area formula, the arc length is really a fractional piece of the circumference. So the circumference formula is 2 pi r. That's really the perimeter of this circle. It's nothing to do with the inside. It's all about the outside. All right, so the arc length is very similar. It's going to be the measure of your arc divided by 360. That's still the fractional piece of that circle times 2 pi r. So see how we just take that circumference formula and we're multiplying it by how much of the fraction we're looking at. All righty. So your arc is 210. And we're going to multiply that by 2 and pi, and the radius is 10. Now, we're not squaring it this time because we're not talking about area. We're talking about distance around. So let's use your formulas again. Use the calculator, 2 pi, and then times 10. All right, and it's giving it to me again with an exact answer. So let me show you what that one looks like. It says 35 pi over 3. Now, I like that answer. That gives it to me in terms of pi. But again, this is saying round your answer to the nearest tenth. So press that arrow key, and it says 36.7 if we round it. Now, what would our units be on this one? If we're talking about distance around, we're going to leave it in terms of centimeters. So area is square units. Arc length is just regular linear units.